The Honorable Governor for ECP.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Before I ask my question, I'd like to also extend the sincerest, heartfelt condolences of the people of ECP to our people up in Mulitaka and Enga. I didn't get the opportunity yesterday. I was hoping for debate. But just to say that Nipla Orgada Kisim having a start, but at the same time, Nipla thinking Nipla too. And let's hope that at some point we can figure out how to be ready for these situations in the future. Mr. Deputy Speaker, question Blomi, Inogat Toksabe, Milagaski Migulo Prime Minister, also acting Treasurer. Prime Minister, you're very well aware of the hardships faced by our people due to the cost of living crisis. Now, I just wanted to demonstrate that in 2019, when we came into government and when you were installed as Prime Minister, Papua New Guineans, the lowest income earners, were earning 3 kina 50 an hour, and that equates to 28 kina per day. Even now, 5 years later, our lowest income earners are making 28 kina per day. This tin of fish, which most Papua New Guineans eat every day, low-income earners, used to cost 5 kina 50 in 2019. This morning, it's 7 kina 50 in Port Moresby. In other parts of the country, it's more than 7 kina 50. This packet of rice used to cost 4 kina 50. Today, it's 6 kina in Port Moresby, and in other parts of Papua New Guinea, in ECP, it's up around 7 kina. This packet of noodles used to be 80 toya. It's now 1 kina 20. Some parts, it's a kina 50. This packet of biscuits used to be 80 toya. It's now 1 kina 20 in Port Moresby. This constitutes what most Papua New Guineans eat at dinner time. If you add this up, if they have 2 meals a day, it's already more than the 28 kina that the low-income Papua New Guineans, our people, are making. All market mama, only sit down over the day, table market blow, just to get enough money to buy these very basic items. My questions are as follows. Number one, what fiscal initiatives has the government undertaken in the last 5 years to make these items affordable for our people? What initiatives you play in Kisim Peninsulan? If not, what new initiatives do you have that will make these items affordable? Lol mama blo yumi sa hatok lo table market every day, nolin up lo buying na feeding all pigni blow. Our future. If you have no immediate plans, or if you do have plans, could you tell our hard-working mothers sitting on the table market when you expect, is it end of this year, next year, or the year after, when do you expect that these items will be affordable for our hard-working mothers and our low-income earners? Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Deputy Speaker.
Yes. The Honourable Prime Minister.
All right, thank you, thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Me Habumas Rolong, Governor of ECP, concern me racing, me concern of this plus idle house too. And so me Habumas good luck question, Logan, give me opportunity, long me reflect, long when I'm something people are working, coming up tete. Mr. Deputy Speaker, lo talk lo English question lo gane mi ask him lo inflation how government he work long banisim inflation or price increase long all goods and services. Me must talk clear, Mr. Deputy Speaker. Also, government I pass, government year pass, government start the song na working nothing, no good. People are clear long heavy come up. Suppose me talk from up front. Global inflation average, let me stop on top long 7%. 7% average for global inflation. Papua New Guinea long-running inflation average, let me stop above long 6%. Marape government running inflation stop underneath long 4%. The last 5 years. So I beg your pardon, stop underneath 5%. We repeat, global inflation running average long last 5 years stop on top of 7%. Papua New Guinea's running average low inflation since 1975 have stopped on top of 6%. Last 5 years inflation underneath long leadership long Pangu government na coalition long Mipla, which Governor Bed you part long and you well give me offering prime ministership so you go upside minister. And now minister why of doing Nabla again, but anyway Nabla story. And so talk. And so running average long 5 years people stop and below 5%. A minimum one. We play clear and sensitive long effect of inflation to our people. And we have not been passive. We plan on passing mouse, passing hand, passing yell.
Former Prime Minister, we have a point of order. Former Governor, what's your point of order?
You start this in a line Mr. Speaker,
Honorable Governor, you talk to the chair,
No, I'm throwing so me
not to your colleague member.
Okay, me come out him. Sorry. One bell. This la packet biscuit, yeah. I mean, 80 toya. Now I'm 120. Basic arithmetic, 50% increase. You talk average below 5%. 25% inflationary impact over 5 years. But this is a 50% increase. Almost everything. Thank you.
Honorable Governor, I think the Prime Minister is trying to get to explain your question. So your clarification will help Prime Minister to continue. And also, Prime Minister, continue.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, make clear some upside or sound of mathematics go through now. They all make it good like mathematics work. Me play no more sabe man of some I'm like schooling me play here. Me play got more sabe of some man. Also me play clear lo hardship lo man very lo place. Me clear some one plus price lo biscuit one top me clear. But when you look at the aggregate figure of inflation to the economy, that's the long-term running average. It's a long-term running average. And I'll come straight to the point. We have not been incognizant to the fact that it is tough times out there. What can we do when COVID-19 shut down the global economy that created and exacerbated double-digit inflation elsewhere? You look at Argentina, for instance, 200% inflation. That's a case in point. So we are not imbeciles running economy on this side. Some of us are not businessmen. We graduated through the school of hard knocks to be here, so we understand exactly what is the pain of the little man on the streets. That is why the governor asked him, you are working on him. Well, while the actual cost has increased, and I want to admit here that we have an issue with the price control element, and we have already passed instruction for a review, and the Minister, the Honorable Joseph Allan, under his words, we're looking at the price control in a specific manner. But coming to the point, what have we done last 5 years to assist our people? Assist him or lig man meri, me like talk pisin. Because talk English here, you may confuse your man very too much. Plenty time you make a Facebook talk English na. Plenty no clear. Last 5 years, people have some hard time. Now people are increasing. For instance, effort long Papua New Guineans paying school fee blow beginning blow. You clear time 2020 COVID-19 come now, people are housing project fee away. So no longer today, Papua New Guinean parents paying project fee. No got paying project fee, one time tuition fee. People also trauma go inside. Long halving below school, including higher education loan program, will give you more halving. On top of hackers and testers where Somali government starting, people trauma this go inside. Long help him and relieve him burden long Papua New Guineans. You know, it warmed my heart with joy when I attended the graduation at Unitec. And a single mother walked up to me and said, Mr. Prime Minister, I am a single mother from Chimbu originally. I am living in the settlements of Kimbe. And thank you for the higher education loan program. 3 years in a row, my son picked up 35,000 kina, completed engineering degree at the University of PN. Now whilst people are not giving full helping, but I am now helping over 35,000 Papua New Guineans children who have left university since 2023 have benefited from over 130 million kina we passed on through the higher education loan program on top of hackers and testers. And Mr. Deputy Speaker, Mibla Rausim Takis long over 50,000 small toilets of economy, they're earning under 20,000 kina. No government before us has lifted the non-tax-based threshold to 20,000. The last was 12,500. The last was 12,500, and the only government lifted from then 7,500 around that benchmark to 12,500. We've lifted it to 17,500 once. We tested that. The burden on our people was still more. We've now entrenched that those who earn under 20,000, and guess what? Those who earn under 20,000 are those who go to the shop and buy trukai, buy the biscuit, buy the tin fish that you personally bring out. I hope you're eating those to yourself. They bring it out to our people.
Honourable Member for Bulolo, what's your point of order?
Mr. Deputy Speaker, I think the Honourable Governor Bedes tried to, one of the main questions here is, how can we put the price of the goods and services down? Simple food like this for our people. Thank you.
Honourable Member, I think the Prime Minister is still on explanation of this, so I'll allow Prime Minister to respond.
All right, so I'll round it to a conclusion. This is a serious question that is constructed to cast doubt in the minds of people that this government is not doing anything on the economy. It sounds as simple as it is, but the dubiousness of this and the structure of the question is meant to go right in the heart of the minds of our people that we have not been working. Far from that, we have given incentive to our people.
Order. Opposition members, order. Let the Prime Minister respond to the question.
And so we've lifted the non-tax paying threshold so that Papua New Guineans are assisted, especially the toilets of economy, only assisted, and they take in the effect of lifting non-tax paying threshold to 20,000 means a Papua New Guinean family who was earning below the threshold takes home at least additional 60 kina back home with him or her. I want to also say that we have trialed lifting GST of essential household items. We've trialed that in 2022, if I'm not wrong, or 2023. We've tried, it's not 2023, but 2022, I think, lifting GST of essential household items. Me like Togam country, this is something that we want to seriously do. We have now invested money to IRC for the first time, and IRC is now in the middle of purchasing a system that is flexible enough for them so that when our people are struggling in hard times like this, we could simply remove 10% from essential household items like rice, tin piece, biscuit, petrol, Mibla trying finish long 2022. Again, exactly what year me mind blow me not pick him now, but 2022 meeting also Mibla trying. Now, lo rousing 10% GST away from essential household items. Also fuel, na all kai basic kai, na all something below was long all citizens. So Mibla trying this finish. Mibla giving now money long IRC. Hopefully by the end of this year, IRC system would be configured to have the flexibility so when inflation hits, IRC can be instructed, remove 10% GST off from essential household items. So these are control mechanisms that was not in place for many, many years. Knowing very well the hardship of our people, we have been building that. IRC has never received support before in a big way. Customs have never received support before in a big way. We've now given more support to IRC and Customs so that the system is dovetailed and tailored in a way that we could use our fiscal incentives that we are known for giving to ensure we stop price from increasing in a manner that is not consistent with revenue or income increase and control inflation. And if you ask me by any measure, globally speaking, if inflation is higher than 7% and PNG we are running at 5%, that is something that is not a full answer to a people, but an element of control on how best we could suppress unnecessary, uncontrolled, and exacerbated increase of prices, especially for essential household items. So, Mila giving belly in our country. Mila starting to work finish. Long time best, lo controlling price. I'm all right. I'm opposition, you can write lo talk. But I am yet to see and hear and read from them on a practical step they will do to reduce inflation in our country. Going forward.
Point of order, Honorable Governor, what's your point of order?
There is a reason the people of Papua New Guinea pay him the largest amount of money of any member of parliament.
Yes,
there is a reason.
Yes.
He cannot pass the buck to the opposition when he controls all of the levers of state. That's not walk and blame him. You know, blow opposition. You have the solutions. Show him. No can blame him opposition, nothing. Do the job that the people are paying you for.
Yes.
Honorable Governor, your point of order is like you putting up a debate on the statement that Prime Minister is raising. So, Prime Minister, you still have... Prime Minister, we have another point of order. The Honorable Member Blow, Yalibu Pangia.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Mr. Speaker. Point of order, Blamina, big Latumas, but Licklick. Licklick law, or some sonin totok blow governor. Governor, ask him rate blow inflation law, world or global inflation or Papua New Guinea inflation. I'm asking price blow kakai now, something like what? Now, pay on man Mary work like sin, and it's still down to us. We expecting Prime Minister, talking this honorable house in our country, why the price controlling mechanisms are not in place? Where is the price controller these days? Now I'm asking question, where are the physical incentives and Prime Minister Nato okay? And put in place. What are those physical incentives that he has put in place to help the businesses in the country, especially the manufacturing industry, who provide some of the biggest jobs, employment opportunities in the country?
Honorable Member Yalabu Pangia.
No, but
me looking point of order, Honorable Member.
Specifically answering question, it's been asked of him.
Honorable Member, point of order, you've been start good. That's all. You go ask him question again. What the point of order? So I'll allow the Prime Minister to respond to the question.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, it's interesting that some was a borderline between dementia. Dementia. It wasn't too long we were in government. And it baffles me that someone who had the authority to be in government asking important questions. Mr. Deputy Speaker, on record, the last time minimum wages board said was 2014.